Hello and welcome to the Creator's Garden. I am called Harpy, and as of this recording, it is going to be the last stream of 2025. So, that's pretty exciting. I think, yeah, this will be the first time I'll be ending off a year with one of my streams, more or less. So, we're going to be doing some lore-related artwork, and then if we have time and we still have things to do, then maybe I'll get in some artwork practice, like practicing some different types of flowers or something. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and move on to the main camera. So, as you can see, we'll be starting off with a reference sheet of one of my characters from the Snapdragon Club series. He's one of the main antagonists. His name is Alden, and I actually have a sticker of him right here. So, as you can see from the jagged edges, very villain coded. But sometimes there are parts of his design that I end up forgetting, so I'm gonna try and fix that. And actually, keeping the sticker over here might be a good place for reference. Got some different types of colored pens here for all my inking needs. Probably won't need more than monochrome and green, but we'll see how it goes. Okay, good. Just wanted to double check that the fishing minigame was working. With all the changes that have been going on in YouTube streaming, I just wanted to double check. Alden is one of these characters that I've been meaning to get more in depth about for a while, especially since he's very much affecting basically most stories that have been made so far. Like, his first appearance is in the grand opening comic, which there is a slideshow version of on my channel. Other than that, his influence is mostly in the background, and that includes stuff like The Hunter's Tale, for instance, which to date is something that I'm still proud of, especially the comic dub. So if if you ever have the chance, there's a 3-part comic dub of The Hunter's Tale. If you'd like to check it out, you don't need to look at the other comics first to understand what's going on. I've been trying to make it so that each tale can be viewed as its own, you know, individual story. So, in that sense, you can just, you know, read or watch a tale, and that can be the end of that. There's no other, like, required reading or lore bits. But if you would like to, you know, see more of the world and see it expanded, then you're free to, like, look at the other stories and see how they tie in. That sort of thing. But yes, one of the main reasons why I'm doing Alden's reference sheet right now is because I've been making some alterations to his character design as well as to some of the Fae, and that is I've been giving them pointy ears. That is just the latest thing that I decided, you know what? These people who I don't usually show having ears at all, what if they had pointy ears? And then I put them on and I'm like, you know what? This works. So, yeah, this is mostly me being like, okay, remember, they have pointy ears now. This is their latest iteration. They have pointy ears. And I'd say that goes for, like, the majority of the humanoid Fae. They have pointy ears. Like, if they're, like, for instance, Dolly would have pointy ears. I made it so Forest Guardian also has pointy ears. Farmhand does not. Farmhand has a cherry head. They are exempt from the pointy ears. But Dreamwalker definitely has the pointy ears. And where is he? I know he's here. Shade also has the pointy ears. Ruby Merchant kind of has a flower for a face. He is also exempt from the pointy ears. So the pointy ears thing is like, it's a majority Fae have them, but it's not always there, depending on what type of Fae they are and what they're most attuned to. Audio's a little off. Mic is facing a different direction. What if I put it this way? Sometimes I forget which direction my mic is supposed to be facing, because for the directions it's like, yeah, you're supposed to tilt it like away from you, but then I forget which one is like the forward facing like direction. So so is this the forward facing direction? Should I be actually tilting it like this? Is that how I should be doing it? I have the mic stable for now, so if you'd like to tell me how it's sounding right now, that would be greatly appreciated. And for those watching the VOD, I very much apologize if the mic quality or the sound quality in general is just kind of all over the place. I'm still learning how to stream. And it's not always apparent to me like how the audio quality is going to sound once I start streaming. It's much clearer now? Okay, so I think this is the forward facing. And I've actually shown my microphone on camera before, so I'll go ahead and like show it off. But this is my mic. Not sponsored or anything, but that's what I'm working with. But yeah, okay. So if I want it to be, oh goodness, is it dusty? 1 second. Well, this is why this is a Testing Tuesday stream. We can try and like get all the little bugs and fixes out of the streaming process. Okay. So if I want it to be more clear, I need to have it facing this way. So with the knob facing towards me, I think, is how I'm supposed to have it. Anyways, let's see. But yeah, I think Alden is a very intriguing character for me, as he basically inadvertently becomes a type of like strange father figure to some of his creations, which is not usually like a relationship type that I like to delve into, I don't think. Not a whole lot. But seems to work, especially for his relationship with one of the Snapdragon Club hosts. And I think in terms of personality and the way they dress, you can probably tell like who he has a father-son relationship with. Before it was more airy, I recommend checking the VOD later. I do check the VODs afterward, and I can never tell if it's like just my audio or like how loud it's coming through my headphones, because like, for instance, music is coming out like pretty loud for me, but I've had to turn it down a whole lot, and so when I go back and listen to it, I can barely hear the music at all. So yeah, it's very hard for me to tell, even when trying to look back at the VODs. thumbnail also had me curious. It looked like you had a blue maid outfit for Harpy. As a matter of fact, I do. Would you like to see it? Ta-da! Welcome to the Snapdragon Club Cafe. This will be my little end-of-year present for anyone watching, I suppose. I have, like, finished drawing this up on stream, I believe, so yeah. I actually managed to take the time to put this together, and yeah. I hope you enjoy it. It's like a lot of pieces, and yeah. I never had to layer this many pieces on my PNGtuber before, so I hope it was worth it. Yes. We have peaked with this outfit in 2025. It's perfect. Well, I'm glad you enjoy it, and I hope others who end up watching the VOD enjoy it as well. I think I just have maybe a couple more outfits that I could be using, but I can save those for another time. To be fair, I still think that of the outfits that I've made, the maid cafe outfit so far is basically my most ambitious outfit, and yeah, just one that I really think looks really good on the model. Especially when it comes to like all the moving parts and such, having to layer that and be like, okay, make this look right. Of course. Can't be a Harpy stream without dropping my markers everywhere. Hey, Jay. Oh, goodness. Welcome, welcome. I didn't expect to see you here. I guess, did Alpha stream just finish then? It's such a pleasant surprise. Thank you for coming. I'm just, working on a reference sheet for one of my, Snapdragon Club characters. This is, one of the antagonists, Alden. Here's his sticker form right here. Although, if I'm correct, I believe you have a penchant for waifus as well. So, if you'd like me to introduce you to any of my female characters, I'd be happy to do that too. Yeah, I wasn't aware they streamed on YouTube. Yeah! I know, like I know you know me from being in, like, Alpha's Twitch chat. But, yeah. YouTube just seemed like the, easier option for me, so... I mean, I mostly watch stuff on YouTube. So I thought, hey, if I'm mostly here, then why not also stream here? So yeah, this is where I do all my art streams and such. So yeah, no pressure. It's Tuesdays and Fridays for me. Like Tuesday afternoons and Friday mornings, PST. Doing it by hand is crazy and I respect it. Yeah. And also, I have my own fishing game. You see it in the corner? You can just type exclamation fish and you can fish. I know now. I'm gonna share you. Aww. You're so sweet. Thank you so much. But yeah, like I've done digital art too, but my my setup is just not all that great for it. And also, I feel like I just look at the screens too much on a daily basis anyways. So doing traditional art just gives me the excuse to like have my eyes not on a screen. Because otherwise, yeah, I have done plenty of digital art in the past as well. But I'm not planning on going back to it anytime soon. Nothing against it, this is just my personal choice. Because as we all know, Alpha does some amazing digital art, and I think I've seen some of yours too. Like, yours are pretty good as well. And Ferox is also an artist. He's the voice for Shade the Nightmare Fae in my Hunter's Tale comic dub that's on my channel. If you ever want to check that out later. And just to show him off again. This is Shade, the Nightmare Fae. Oop. And yes, I have stickers of a lot of my major Snapdragon Club characters, as well as my Harpy PNGtuber, and of her Borb form as well. I have those on my Ko-fi right up there. I don't usually self-promote so early, but you know, it's like, well, while I have the stickers here, might as well just mention it. And it's also nice just to have these stickers on hand as well, so that way I can just easily introduce my characters as they pop up, because I know there's going to be plenty of people of like, who's that? Who are you talking about? Because I can't expect everyone to have, like, you know, seen them or read my comics already, so it's nice to just have like a little visual on hand to be like, yep, that's them. School respectable, you alright? That's good. You have stickers of your Haruki. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, it's fun to have like stickers of your characters, because then it's just like, I have a little version of them that I can like carry around and have wherever. Because I don't know if you're the same, but I usually have a hard time figuring out where I want to put stickers. But I also love like collecting sticker designs. So I managed to like get myself a sticker book, so that way I don't have to commit and I can just have a collection of stickers. And also, it feels like an easier collection to keep because it takes up far less space. And it's, you know, it's one of the cheaper options, I feel like, if you're ever like a fan of anything. It's like, oh, I just want a little thing of my like current hyperfixation or fandom or whatever. Then you can just be like, oh, here's a cute little sticker design. Like, that's just me personally. That's not what I wanted to do. That's okay. You have so much going on. I'm not gonna impressed. Aw, thank you. I try my best. Like, I'm still fairly new to the whole streaming gig, but, you know, I'm trying, man. Our master of Borbs is always prepared. Oh, I wouldn't say that. Your VTuber is so unique, especially since it's traditionally made. I hope so. Like, I hope that's something that, you know, people would be interested in, like, if it's traditionally made. Because, yeah, I And actually, since we're talking about it, I can actually show like a couple of pieces that I have. Sorry for the low quality. I'm away from the microphone, but I have some stuff. 1 second. Like if we want to talk about the current Maid Cafe outfit that I have on screen, I actually finished this up on one of my streams, and yeah, this is printer paper. So basically what I do is that I have already like made the base on a different paper, and I have to do it on printer paper because it's a lot like more see-through, you know? So that way I can more easily like trace the base and then use that to like help put the outfit on top. And then once it's all complete, I scan it in, I get rid of as much of the white as I possibly can so it can be like a transparent PNG that I can lay on top. And then yeah, I just put all the layers together in PNGtuber Plus. The Maid Cafe outfit in particular is my most intensive one, since there's a lot of pieces that I had to layer together to try and, like, I wanted to try and make it look bouncy and such. Guaranteed not to be AI made and shows actual skill. Thank you. Again, it's what I hope comes through, you know. But yeah, I'm glad you like my current iteration of my PNGtuber. It was not always this way. I've gone through like 2 other different iterations before I decided to go full body. Let's see. What else am I missing? I think it's just all the ones that are in black now. What other outfits, cool things you've made with them? And tell us about your lore. Oh boy, okay. We've got so much. I mean, I can actually show you a couple of the outfits I've made since I've worn them for a while during December and the winter season. So this was my default winter outfit right here. Just something simple, nice, cozy. Makes it look like I'm more or less ready for the snow, which as you can see from the border, which I also drew by hand, by the way. The border is also traditionally made. And then this is also the sort of Christmassy outfit. Actually, one of my friends and followers suggested this while I was in the midst of coming up with more outfits to put on my PNGtuber. So you can thank them for this idea. And yeah. I was worried I didn't have it, but I actually have it right here. And I believe this is something I also did on one of my previous streams as well. But yeah, lore. So I mentioned on previous streams that like I have a comic series that I'm currently working on called the Snapdragon Club series. It is essentially like a fantastical world, and it's basically an anthology series where all the stories take place on the world of Sanctus, and that eventually the protagonists of each story end up at the titular Snapdragon Club. So, that being said, lore-wise, Harpy is the creator of the world of Sanctus. They are the last of a species of creators, and they reside on a separate world that they call the Creator's Garden. So, if you ever like come early to the streams and hear me, or if you like see the beginning of a VOD and hear me say, "Hello, welcome to the Creator's Garden," that's why. It's because Harpy resides in a place called the Creator's Garden that they basically live alone, and everything around them is things that they've created to basically try to keep from being lonely. And also the art streams are another way for them to, you know, share and make friends. All while hoping that Sanctus stays safe and that nothing like what befell their species ever happens again. So the main creatures that Harpy's created to populate the Creator's Garden are the Borbs. So you can actually see them here. And here's another one that I made of Harpy hanging out with the Borbs. And it is no secret that I love milk tea. Milk tea with honey boba. So again, the same follower who asked for the Christmas tree outfit got to name this one. So his name is now Feather King, and he is the one who brings me boba. And here's just another one of just napping with the Borbs. But yeah. So that's the general lore in terms of that. Just amazed you did all the traditional that I've been doing for my life. Look, I'll be honest, there are still many like artistic avenues that I'm still surprised that people are able to do. Like I tried my hand at sculpting for once, and like it is still so very difficult for me. So full props to like anyone who is able to sculpt and be able to like actually create 3D models of their characters or whatever they feel like. So, you know, each artistic avenue like has something to be, you know, admired, I believe. It's quite sugoi, Hashiu. You like what I did? Thank you. Make some Borba tea. Maybe one day I'll try and design what that could look like. That sounds like fun. Okay, I think I have just about all the stuff that I wanted to inked. basically what I'm going to do now is just erase all the sketch lines, and after that's good enough, I will start coloring. Now, here's the thing. I'm a little low on black and dark gray, and I want to avoid using pure black because then I'll lose the outlines, and I don't want that for this particular reference sheet. Pure black is usually good for stuff like when I'm doing shades, shadows, or shadow minions, like Falcon, for instance. Which, by the way, Shade and Falcon, you can find them in the Hunter's Tale comic, or the 3-part comic dub on the channel. I know I've mentioned it a couple times already, but, you know, for those tuning in. But yeah, so it's gonna be a little bit of challenge because as you can see from Alden's sticker, he's got like a lot of spaces that are dark gray, black type deal. So it's either I decide to use some of the last of the dark gray that I got, or improvise with something else. Just realized there is in fact a space that I forgot to ink, so I shall rectify that. Let's see. The sleeve goes down here, then here, and then the rest of the glove goes down that way. And also he's got pants. Yeah. I've actually been sitting on this sketch for so long, so it's nice that I'm finally deciding to ink and color it, because once again, he's one of these characters that sometimes I forget some of the details, and I'm just like, no, I meant to do that, no, you know. And because it is traditional medium, it's not as easy as hitting the undo button. It's kind of more like a drew on the wrong layer type of situation. Where I'll usually have to go back and redo the whole thing. I also attempted, like, because I have, like, sticker paper that's, like, yeah. So I attempted to try and fix mistakes by just cutting out bits of sticker paper to put over it. It's a little iffy on how well that works. I decided to use like sticker paper instead of just like pure whiteout or anything, just because, especially if it's a place that I plan to like color over with like alcohol marker and stuff, then usually it won't leave like, you know, an obvious white residue or anything. Little Borb tapioca balls for the multi. That would be so cute. Okay. Idea for later. Thank you for that. Purple. I actually do have some dark purple. My problem is that it is a reference sheet, and knowing my brain, it will probably confuse me if there is dark purple in place of black, and just be like, is that an actual change that I made? Is he actually dark purple in those areas? So, yeah, if this were just a standalone, like, illustration, I would probably be, considering that. But because this is a reference sheet, I might just need to dip into the last of my dark gray reserves and hope it's enough. Yeah, Control Z is your best friend, yeah. Tend to use dark purple or blue for my blacks. Yeah. Like, I think that is the one thing about digital that I do miss, is having access to all the colors you need, because with alcohol markers, you're limited by how much ink you have, and I have been running low of a decent amount of inks. The blacks and dark grays, for instance, because I use those so much. But I've also been running low on, like, the pastel colors and lighter blues, because I've been using those a lot. Like, especially for sky colors or for shading in white areas. Those are the colors that I tend to use, so they've been dwindling quite a bit. So, if you're ever curious where the Ko-fi money goes, that's usually where it goes. Like, it's either going towards that, or it's just going towards, you know, keeping me hydrated with some milk tea. Which, you know, is one thing that I do kind of miss about Twitch, is the use of channel points to redeem for, like, hydrate and stretch checks, so... Unfortunately, I don't have that, so... I don't know. Maybe I should have a thing where it's, like, you can just go, like, exclamation stretch or exclamation hydrate. And then have stream elements do, like, a, hey, streamer, do the thing. I don't know. I am not well versed enough in all the, streamer tools yet to know how to implement some things, so yeah. The amount of time I use Control Z for line art is insane. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's like, if you're just trying to just get that, like, line to go and you're just like, maybe it's just accidentally went in the wrong direction, or your hand was just unsteady for a moment, then it's just like, yeah, I can see how that's a godsend. And as for the types of markers or the that I use, I've been using a mixture of Copics and Ohuhu, but it's with an asterisk that while I started with those, I've been trying to basically get all of my Copic markers out because they were hand-me-downs, and Copic ink is super expensive, so I don't want to keep them in my collection. Ohuhu, well, like, on the, I guess, more affordable side, there's also the issue that they're not good about having refill inks. So I've been going to a different site for that. I've been using, what was it, Blick Arts, I believe? Again, all these brands, not sponsored, not affiliated. That's just what I use. But yeah, I've only been, like, switching to Blick Arts for alcohol ink refills just because they're the cheapest ones that I could find. And so far, you know, the refills, they're like of decent quality, and I've just been basically replacing them into whatever markers that I have that most fit visually. So they're not exact one-to-ones of the same colors, but I just kind of, you know, eyeball it, see what's closest, and work with it. And usually, you know, I can find decent replacements, but yeah. I'm gonna start with the greens, actually. And these are actually ones that I do have lots of alcohol ink refills for as well, so I'm not concerned about running out of greens for these. Exclamation self-care. Thank you, Jay. I appreciate it. Appreciate you. One and two. We have fun here. The delay is crazy. Oh no. Sorry to hear that. I used to buy refill fluids with Copic markers. Wonder how my stuff will look in traditional star. I'm sure it would look great. And as for the whole latency thing, like, yeah, there's also the small thing about how my setup is. I have to get up from my seat to be able to read chat properly, so it does take me a bit to like stop what I'm doing to be able to like read chat, so there is that as well. So yeah, apologies if I don't get to your message straight away, but trust that I will do my best to reply in as quickly as I possibly can. That all the shadowed green areas. For now, I believe that is. So I will go in with the lighter green. Borb. I'm open to discussing setup options if you're interested in possible faster means of looking at chat. I mean, I'm not sure if I have a whole lot of options currently. So maybe another time, but yeah. I know like that this is your like bread and butter stuff, but yeah. It's just really difficult. Because I don't have a whole lot of space either. Despite it just being me and the Borbs, it can get a little bit cramped here in the creator's garden. I was about to say, it's like, did I already get all the places that are green? No, I have not just yet. But I'm about to. Okay. I think we're almost done with this. Just need a couple more colors to go through. I think I will go ahead and try and see if I have enough dark gray to get through this. Wish me luck. Careful because the drawings are a little tiny, so I'm trying real hard not to go over the lines as much as I can. And the thing about trying to use up all the ink too is that you kind of gotta use the ink from both sides, because even if you run out of ink on one side, there's still like some trapped in the other nib. that you can use. So I'm trying my best to make sure that where I can use the broad nib, I will try to use that so that I can use up the ink on that side too. Because what I don't want is to be left with only ink on the broad nib, but only have super tiny crevice spaces that I need to color that it's just going to overdo. Okay, so far so good. Didn't realize that I actually have some potion bottles that I need to color too. Which luckily, the potion bottles can pretty much be anything, so. Just do that. A little bit of this. A little bit of this blue. Bit of this blue because I have so much dark blue. I missed a green spot. Beep boop. Hi Alpha, welcome, welcome. Glad to see you after your Persona 5 stream. Did you get to some ending credits yet, or technically not yet? Because I left just as about you were about to end your stream. Let's see. Got the ending credits. We're done with it. Woo! Congrats! Gonna have to decide to play next. Weren't you gonna play the fighting game next? Yep, getting the streakiness, so that means this is definitely on its last legs. I might be cutting it close. This is not the only dark gray I have, but I only really have one other that I could potentially use. But after that, I would have to be delving into the pure blacks. And I would really prefer not having to do that. Okay. I think I just barely made it. Okay, I'm putting this over here. All the other markers that are basically out of ink. Feel like you need a break from Persona and Shin Megami Tensei for a bit? Yeah, that's fair. 173 hours for the Persona 5 Royal playthrough. Woo! Good job. Yeah, that is a lot. I think that's as long as some of my Monster Hunter playthroughs. And just to be clear, are we certain we're not gonna do Monster Hunter Wilds for stream? A little bit of light gray for shadows right here. Darn it, of course I miss a spot. Of course I miss a spot. Why wouldn't I miss a spot? I'm just gonna use my pen for that because it's so small. Then I have another gray that I've been running out of ink for, but I just really like using this one. It's just such a nice color. Yeah. it's the perfect color for his potion utility belt of sorts. But because I've been using it so often, I'm also like halfway through the refills on that. This away too. That's another one. Light graves. You're well into higher rank in wild, so probably not. Well, you know. Hunts can take a while, and you know, the grind is the grind. But as always, up to you. Speaking of completion, I believe I'm just about done with Alden's reference sheet. So there he is. The alchemist demon Alden. I think this will definitely be handy moving forward, which is great. Because eventually I do plan on bringing him back into the Snapdragon Club comics, so that will definitely be handy. Already full high rank Arkveld gear. Well, that's up to you. I mean, like I said, there's plenty of challenges that I could name, but I don't want to spoil anything for you. So we'll see. Maybe you'll find something that you're like, alright, this is my new wall. Time to see if I can take it down. So what I have here is something that I've been considering making, which is some Borb emotes. So I'm going to try and like sketch those out a little bit more, and then just see where it goes from there. Sad thing is that I don't think these will be something that I can implement until my channel is like, you know, monetized and stuff. So I'm thinking about where to put these. I think I might have an idea of what I want to do with them. I might, you know what? Because it was suggested earlier, I'm gonna do a Borbity. I don't think this would be a good emote, but I'm just gonna draw it here. wall. I am the wall. If you go through it and can't go through it and you can't knock it down, you know that you found the wall. The wall, no matter earth can make you fall. Okay, sorry. Giga Chad. No, Alpha would be the Giga Chad slime. Borba T is the hydrate redeem emo. Oh, I wish. Oh, I wish. That would be cool. That would be amazing. But again, it's not gonna happen until the channel is monetized, which it's not gonna be for a while. But if we can raise the watch time and the subscriber count, then yeah. For YouTube, I believe, was it 500 subscribers and 3,000 hours within 365 days, I believe, is the minimum amount required to be eligible for monetization. I think, off the top of my head. Alright, I think I got the sketches where I want them to be, so time for some inking. So the thing about emotes, I believe, is that I need to really make the faces super big and super expressive, because I have to remember that these are going to be very tiny images at the end of the day, and you'll want to be able to tell what's going on. Okay. I think that's pretty much it for line art. Marker drop number 2. Yay. Time for me to crash. Gonna be a long day tomorrow. Alright. Have a good rest. Have a happy new year. I guess that's something I could ask for anyone in chat and watching the VOD. If you have any plans for New Year's, do you celebrate New Year's? Or is it just another day? For me, I at least try to stay up to watch the clock count down. It's like nothing feels different, and yet everything's about to change. It's kind of magical in a way. Okay, some of the instrumentation in this music is like always... I don't know about you guys, but I think like one of the instruments being used in this instrumental in particular just... It sounds like the Discord call jingle. And I just feel like, what? I'm not in a Discord chat, what's going on? Oh god. Oh god, what's going on? No. Are you kidding me? What in the world, man? To those of you watching the VOD, I apologize sincerely. Like, I don't think I've gotten spam bots like that before. Think my art is cool? Thank you. Let's see. I think what I want to do is maybe I'll use my pens to color these instead of the alcohol markers, because I need to conserve that. Orange and yellow might be good for that one. Do I have brush pens? Well, there's this one that I have. I recently just got refills for it, so I might use this later on actually, just because it is really interesting to use. But I think I will save that until after I color these in. Shouldn't go too detailed or anything because this is going to be an emote, so Don't need to overdo it. I'm probably overdoing it anyways. I don't know what you wrote. I was a little scared that that would just blend in, but I think it's working out pretty well. accidentally made a little mess of that, but that's okay. Are there slime borbs and are they consumable? I haven't technically made any borbs that are made of different materials. That's not usually how the borbs work. Like, I'm sure I could probably make a gelatin mold and make a gelatin borb that way, but there is no living slime borb like that. However, I have drawn Alpha as a borb before. I don't know if I have it on me to show right now, though. But I have done it. Alpha can attest to this. How do I want to go about this? Maybe a red, pink, and orange might do it. Doing pink, I might as well grab that one. Darn, no jelly borbs for consumption. Why do you want to eat the borbs? Leave the borbs alone. The most delicious dish in Sanctus. Ooh, that's a tough one. I feel like that question could be divided into subcategories depending on like what like type of dish you're talking about. Because I feel like Sanct Flora, for instance, like basically because farmhand is there, anything that involves like fresh fruit and vegetables is gonna be like top tier in Sanct Flora. So stuff like your salads, your smoothies, like I feel like those would be the best in all of Sanctus if you go to Sanct Flora. But let's see. I would name like the best places to get seafood, but those technically are not common knowledge yet. Those places in Sanctus are not common knowledge. But I think the ones with the best, like, juicy meat dishes, those would be in Riok. Because you got your, like, large animal variety types over there. And it's basically a lot of hunting can go on over there, so I'd say all the best like meat type dishes would be in Riok. Other than that, I'm not sure if there's any I can name off the top of my head. I think I will say that in the Fae City, they will claim that their food is the best. But, you know, it's enchanted food, so... yeah. Recipes of Sanctus Baikari. Oh, if only I were a good enough cook for that. Yeah, the downside to coloring with the pens is that it does hurt my fingers a bit more. So I'm careful about that. Okay, I think I'm gonna do one more Borb and then I'm gonna take a quick break. And I hope in the meantime you guys will take the time to take care of yourselves, get some hydration, do some stretches. think now I'm gonna take a quick break. But I will see you guys soon. go back to arting. Only 3 more left. And I think at this rate, I think once I finish coloring these, I will probably call the stream. But that's okay. For those who were hoping that I would do some flower practice, I'll just do that next stream. Since I've put my actress's comic on a hiatus until I can get more pages sketched up. It's in the works. It's still very much in the works, but yeah. And in the meantime, if you wanted me to practice drawing flowers, go ahead and leave some suggestions of what flowers you'd like to see me practice in the comments. Because I read the comments, and when I read them, I'll leave a heart. So in previous streams, I kind of like dabbled a little at the thought of like what it would take to make a Discord server, and I think right now the conclusion I'm coming to is that I don't plan on making a Discord server myself, that I don't have the energy to mod one, and there's far too many things that I would be liable for if I made one, so I'm gonna say for the foreseeable future, no official Discord server. But, you know, if people end up making their own servers, just, know that they're not official and that you just, join at your own risk. Because I got a little too much on my plate to be messing around with Discord servers at the moment, as much as I would love to. Because, hey, I would love nothing more than to just, have a server where I could just share my art, people could share their own fan art, and, use the custom emotes there. But I don't have the energy for that. Maybe when I get bigger and there's enough people who like really want to share or whatnot, then maybe one day. But in the meantime, if you have fan art that you want to share of Harpy or any of the characters of Sanctus or the Snapdragon Club series, you can find my Tumblr and you can, shout me out on there. That would be the best way to like show me any fan art you have, because I don't mess around with Twitter. If anyone claims to be me on Twitter, they're lying. I'll need to make more. You... I appreciate it, but also slow down. You have already been super generous about the fan art. Because you're more slow when you think when it comes to making stuff. Well, alright. So long as you're taking care of yourself, that's all that matters. Just had a dark green pen. What did I do with it? That's where it is. Okay. What I have in mind is a little more wholesome and silly. Either way, I look forward to it. I wonder if you guys have any goals you have in mind. It doesn't have to be like New Year's resolution type goals. Just, you know, maybe small ones. Something that doesn't have to be a huge life-changing thing or whatever. But maybe just like something you've already had in mind or is in the works already. For example, I'm hoping to get the Actress's Tale comic done in 2026. This does not include any comic dub aspirations, which would be for a later date. But I do want to finish the Actress's Tale. And then maybe hopefully get started on... what would I call it? Would I call it the Librarian's Tale, perhaps? I want to make 3 drawings. Good achievable goal. Love it. Absolutely love it. 10 out of 10 goal. And I'm not being facetious either. That is awesome. Because you know what happens when you have goals that you think are achievable and that are reachable? Is that once you complete that goal, you get that boost of confidence. And then you're like, if I can achieve that, what else can I do? And then slowly but surely, maybe you can try and do slightly bigger goals. Or just a whole bunch of smaller goals. That's also cool too. Whatever is your speed, you go for it. And I think with that, I'll probably call it here. What will I do with this Borb emotes? Well, we'll see. But I think that will be all for now. So thank you all for joining me. And wow, this has been the last stream of 2025. I hope you all enjoy the countdown, or however you choose to celebrate New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. I think there's a lot of things to look forward to. I know there's some things I'm looking forward to. But either way, I hope you all rest well. Take care of yourselves. And I hope we can all start off the new year with a good start, or if not, then hopefully we get all the bad stuff out of the way so that we can have good stuff for the rest of the year. Alright. See you guys in 2026. See ya. Bye.